Furries seem to be good. The alcoholics also. Yes, I'm behind on all of my other assignments. Am I being graded for this? No, but I wanted to go hard for this because I wanted to show how funny and kind of raunchy this film could be. It's about being an adult, kind of, and following your passions and growing up, and that's kind of like a silly, kind of gross feeling I wanted to go for. So we all love Spider-Verse. I know a lot of people mentioned it, but the kind of graphic, a little bit minimalist in the designs, jagged lines going. Not everything is in line. The vibes of gorillas with a little bit dirty, kind of grungy, but also the humor of BoJack, where it's not a kid's story. It's about being a young adult, and we're all young adults at this point, and it's about telling something that's true and I just feel really strongly about this story, and I really hope you guys all like it. Yeah, so fun graphic style. I was thinking that the bodies could be rigged for convenience because we don't hate ourselves, and a lot of opportunities for hand-drawn, cool, really experimental stuff with the heads. We can all make our heads sonas. You can make them as weird as you want, and opportunities for morph animation if you guys like morph. And I just think the story is really unique and unlike anything else being presented, even though I love all your stories. And yeah, I just think it would be a really cool, unique film. So, thank you. Just a little. Nice person. I'm the director.
Thank you.
So, you're like rats?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so you guys know the story. I'll just kind of quickly go over something. What if I told you? Rats, where are the rats? So, the plot summary as you know it. So, Jeff the rat, he's an office worker rat. He thought he was human. He thought he was living a normal life. And he's just going through his daily life. And, he's zoning out, staring at his motivational poster. He's like, man, that's so great. Can't the sky make those colors? The sky is actually a giant light bulb in the sky that the scientists turn on and off. So then he's like, oh man, this is so cool. But his boss yells at him for zoning out. And then he kind of gets frustrated, punches the wall. But wait, the wall is tipping over. Boom! A whole lab full of scientists. Turns out there's a bunch of rats in the tubes. And then he's the whole conspiracy is exposed. He's actually just an experiment by these human scientists. Nothing is real. But then he's like, wait, the light, that's outside. I can get out of here. But the scientists end up chasing him back into the maze. And then hijinks ensue. So a lot of kind of humorous Scooby-Doo Master Hand inspired hijinks I want to have a lot of visual gags. So literally Pam and Jim from The Office as rats. So or then having scenes for chasing and they look into the camera. I just want a lot of parody and fun stuff. And this is gonna be the fun stuff until he makes it out of the maze and he gets into the lab, the really dark, scary lab. And then that's when things actually start getting the stakes are rising. The perils of the lab are attacking him. He could probably die. It's scary. But I kind of want to have a dichotomy of really cool, I guess humorous aspects and visual gags while having these giant hands that are very visual antagonists, but also having a little bit of that dark, creepy, and unsettlingness of just being in a conspiracy. So the setting, I mostly want to have I want to utilize 3D to make our lives easier, and then I feel we can do a lot of cool angles with that, a lot of cinematic shots, like Inception, the world spinning kind of things, and I feel we can have a lot of nice things for action. And then
Wow.
So just kind of ideas of what I could do. So the tone and visuals and stuff, I want a really strong symbolism of artificial light and natural light, because we all know how our eyes are being fried by our computers. but just wanting to be free, be nature. I feel like there's a lot of chance of having really cool dynamic action shots. I want it to be like an action comedy, but I want it to be like really like fun, really like quick. And then also I feel like there's not like we can reuse a lot of the rat things. There's like it's very economical with the rigs that we need to make. All the scientists kind of look similar. So I figured that if you are also interested in making backgrounds and have like cool interior spooky lab backgrounds, also like just like mundane like office ones but like really cool blue lighting. But also when you find maybe just outside you can have like an outdoor setting. So I also want to like see if I can incorporate a lot of 2D aspects and like special effects, and also the rats are kind of swoopy, so they can be kind of rats are liquid, so they can just move as they want. So I feel like it can be a really cool, unique story to have in your portfolio, and you can just like I'm open to a lot of ideas. You can mess around with it. There's a little, this idea I feel like you can do a lot with, and I'm really excited to hear what everyone else has to say. And I really want to like make sure there's a collaboration between all of this. So my inspirations mostly I'm really inspired by like The Incredibles and Samurai Jack, how they have that really graphic style and using color a lot. And also story-wise, here are my inspirations, like Stanley Parable, Truman Show, and etc. Also Maze Runner, because it's a maze. So join me. Right. Choose a red pill. Choose the rat.
I have a really quick question. This is the first time I've seen this presented.
Oh, okay.
What's your ending?
My ending is that I kind of want the like as the rat like makes it out into like the lab, because like there's 3 stages where it's the maze, the lab, and then the window where he finally makes it out of there. I kind of want like during all the chaos of the rat like knocking things over, making it like hell for the scientist, he finally like reaches the window in the like at the end, and I kind of want to have like a really nice catharsis moment where like he finally gets that goal that he's been wanting since the very beginning, which is to see like the sunset and whatever. And then I kind of want like if he, I kind of want like the humor to kind of slow down a little bit at the end and have like a really nice like moment that's kind of supposed to be heartfelt, where like he's gone through so many troubles and perils and he finally made it to his goal, and then he's like hop out into the sunset.
Cool. Or maybe he goes back to help save the other rats too.
Yeah, that was something that I thought about. I may have like another scene where like in the midst of the chaos in the maze, the rats kind of like realize everything. They kind of wake up. They're like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then they all kind of run out at the end. I just kind of figured I wanted like a focus on him as like the main guy, kind of like reaching his goal. But I also feel like I have another scene where like he looks back and like it's a bunch of rats like storming the maze and like getting their way out.
Yeah, I watched them. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Rats.
Wait, I like
Why you should vote for my pitch. Okay, I'm not gonna focus too much on the story because I've already told you 2 times, and if you don't remember by now, that's your fault. Okay, it's about a cat named GB that has to learn to accept and adapt to his owner's new way of life. Anyway, so these are the characters: GB, Sam, Lena. That's basically the entire dynamic of the film. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be silly, but it's also gonna be heartfelt. And you'll be proud to have made something that will make people cry. So, I'm open to changes and ideas. I have the entire thing planned out because I worked on it all summer, but I'm not like so set on all the ideas that I abhor any changes. There's lots of design work to be done. I tried to do some background stuff, but anyway. I'm trying to figure out the art direction, like the general vibe of just like the environment in the world. So if anyone's interested in that, you can definitely give ideas. there's a montage, so you can add all of the silly cat scenes you want. You can add him knocking shit off tables, getting sprayed with water bottles, chasing whatever. Because there's a montage and there needs to be more scenes in it. And it's heartfelt but fun, so you won't get depressed working on it all semester. Like I said, it's well thought out and organized because I worked on it all summer. So I've got everything in here, and finally it'll crush the competition. Most of all, it screams. I don't know why that happened. I can fix this. Look at this thing. He's gonna be so much fun to animate. He's going to be a sopping wet beast actually in the film. He's gonna fall in the river, so you get to draw a wet cat. And I tried to make him as fluid as possible, so him running around is literally, he's just gonna be like a line. It's gonna be so much fun to animate. And even if like we rig some of him, I like to keep his tail hand drawn, just to like add that little extra bit of like fluidity to it. And
Nice job. Next up. Very nice.
Smart to not go over the story again. Wait, rat, cat, frog, return to rat, return to cat, frog, I think we have a response in this program. That's the furry. Why? How is that a bad thing? Fly away.
hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to Fly Away, Froggy Boy. My name is Mia, and I'm here to talk about it and why you should just think about working on it if it's something you want to do. So just like a really quick refresher, if any of you forgot, the main character is Francis McFly. He's stricken by grief and decides to get revenge for his husband's death. And the perpetrators are the Croaks, a group of frog gangsters, and their leader, the Frog Father, who run the Lily Pad Lounge, which is a crime front where flies are the main course, and his husband was last night's special. So he's going there, and he's going to face them in a violent battle to avenge his fellow fly family, but ends up becoming the very thing he despised. So I wanted to talk about mostly the visual stuff. I did some experimenting with kind of what I was going for. I know everyone's mentioning Spider-Verse because obviously Spider-Verse is the best, but I did take a lot of inspiration from the Spider Noir sequence from Spider-Verse because it's perfect for that. So I did some like experimenting with him, and then I kind of looked into like the kind of vibe I was going for. So you may be wondering, I want to really do like a limited color palette. I want to do some really harsh shadows. You may be wondering, Mia, how are we going to do this? And that's a really good question that I don't have the answer for, but we could discover it together as a group for the next 8 months. So if you want to be part of that, that could be cool. But what are, you may be wondering, oh, I actually have some tests, really quick tests. I hope they work. I wanted to kind of do the fight scene stuff. Oh, it's not going to get bigger, I'm really sorry. So, but... That's kind of like a general idea of the comedy I want to do with this. And just playing with the size. And then I did some like fight scene stuff. It was so late last night. I was like thinking about the possibilities. You know, like flies, they're small. Like it could be really funny. Flies kicking frog ass. You may be okay. You're done. You may be wondering. No. You may be wondering why. Why would I? And that's a really good question. So for VizDev, we're going to be experimenting with cool, gritty noir stuff. I think it's a really cool style. Don't know how we're going to do it, but we will figure it out. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. For writing, Noir writing is so funny. Like, we can really go ham. They're always like, like, we can really do that. And there's going to be a lot of narration that's going to be great. And the quips are going to be funny. And it'll be like, here's some sick frogs. And, you know, like, stuff like that. Animation storyboard, we're going to be doing, like, weird fight scenes and, like, cool stuff with, like, flies being small and frogs being big. And, music and sound, we'll be doing some funky tunes. Lots of fly noises. Yeah, so I thought this could be really funny, really silly for us to be working on, and I think visually it could be pretty fucking sick. So if you guys want to work on it, that's awesome. I am honored. So please think of Fly Away Froggy Boy. Thank you very much for your time.
Next.
Alright, so I kind of slipped my mind that this might be streamed. Oops. And I made a video and it's a little embarrassing. So under my directorial role, you can also say that I'm very brave. Just a quick rundown for the stream. My pitch is called Punk Pooch, and it follows these two ex-band members that were once friends and are no longer friends. And the bulk of the film are them just kind of coming to terms that, hey, I don't like this person. And that it's okay to not be friends with people you don't want to be friends with anymore. That's a quick rundown of it, but yeah. Alright, so for my video, I'm just gonna let it speak for itself, honestly. Okay.
Oh my god. I'm so excited.
Let me quickly check if the audio is.
This is gonna be amazing.
Okay.
Is this your
And it's
campaign
directly
video?
2 minutes too, so. I'm gonna. Okay. I need to sit down for this. Alright.
I'm stopped.
Alright. HD, good.
So, work on my film? Well, I got the list for you. Let's get into it. Yeah. I like that style. Visuals. The animation method will be rigged post to post. However, during certain sections, there'll be tons of overlay hand-drawn effects. Wow. Bold styled characters with mindless UPA-styled backgrounds. Lots of vibrant colors and palette swaps. Illustrated images for a memory montage. A little bit of everything. Do you like System of a Down? Yeah. Do you like 3 Days Grace? Do you like Weezer? Your anime AMV stat is showing. I have some people on my radar who can help with the instrumentals. Whoa. Seneca's independent music production's a great start. And if no one wants to help us, we got GarageBand. I also understand how to read music and write a bit. I was a violin baddie back in my day. Story. Script writing. Beats are roughed out, but not the dialogue itself. Opportunity for melodrama. Voice acting. I have an idea of how they're gonna sound like, and I'm sure no one wants to film on me being everyone, right? Those neat people. The people. You guys are what's gonna make it feel real and personal. This is not a one-man show. And me, as a director, I have experiences in working with multiple animator projects, memes, and also retaining leadership roles. I understand the importance of communication and clarity for big projects like this. Let's see what the people have to say.
Oh, Aberdeen? Yeah, she's all right.
How can you not believe me? But most importantly, let's have fun. Okay, thank you for watching.
Alright. Okay. Oh my god, Aberdeen. Slaverdeen.
but I do have a silly little man. Why, oh, there's the logo. If that logo didn't show up, I would have broken this computer right here. Anyway, hold on guys, let me get this set up. I have a very peculiar setup. Oh, but you can't see it anymore. No! Okay. This is how it has to be. Anyway, as you guys all know, this is my film, Frankenstable. You guys already know the plot, so I'm not going to go through it. But for a synopsis, Frank the Frankenstein lives alone in his castle. He's a loser. He doesn't take good care of himself, and one day his body parts decide to leave to teach him a lesson. And that lesson is keeping your body means you need to take care of it. And now I'm going to tell you why you should care about my film and why you should vote for it. Because that'll be me if you don't vote. Anyway, I'm going to start with a quote, actually. This is my favorite quote that I apply to pretty much every part of my life, which is do it better or do it different. And that can mean a lot of different things, but I think it's really important in the context of art because successful art is better than or different from the normal. And things that are different last longer, they stand out, and they also get you noticed, and they get you jobs. Because I really don't want to graduate third year and not have a job and just sit there doing nothing. But anyways, I think there are a lot of things that are different about my film compared to the films being pitched right now, and also the previous ones that Seneca has done. If you guys haven't noticed, it's lineless, and that's really cool. And I just think it would be an interesting challenge to try. I think it's a really cool look, and I feel like it'll speed up certain parts of the production process as well. And also, our character is very different because he is a Frankenstein. He is not just one man, he is like multiple men in a man. He's separating into his torso and his head, his arms, and all these funny things. And I think that would make for a very memorable film because we're going to get so much unique animation out of that. The story actually isn't too different because at the end of the day, it's very simple. It's just about taking care of yourself and appreciating what you have. And I feel because that story is so simple, it's very easy for anybody to work on this film. This film will have a very wide appeal. And because it's so simple, we can focus on, like squeezing all of the funny parts out of it. Like Frankenstein, watching his Shrek CRT TV. I do foresee some potential challenges, even though this is the best film that has ever been pitched ever. For one, rigging might be difficult because none of us have experience with lineless rigs. And color scripting is going to be very important as well because we don't have lines. Like, we can't rely on them as a crutch. I'm not saying lines are a crutch. That was not a statement. But you hate me?
On the line, that's what did you learn to use?
I break the mold.
Excuse me, and use lines.
Stop interrupting my presentation. Anyway, color scripting is going to be very important because it's going to be very difficult to make sure he pops out in certain scenes, right? So, in terms of the rigging side, at least, this is something I've experimented with a bit on my own. Like, I did this rig over the summer, and then I did my toothbrush. So I'm pretty confident that we could, tackle this and see what we can make. And I also love color scripting, and I also just love every part of the pipeline. So even if some parts are going to be difficult, like I am super excited to just get in there and start ironing things out. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I don't know why that Y is there, but potentially things that would be more fun in this film would be background design because we don't have to worry about lines. If you suck at line drawing, this is the film for you because we're just going to use like fill tool, lasso, blah blah blah. And I think storyboarding and animation would be fun too because the film is going to be really fast and funny, so we can cram a ton of gags in there. Yeah, and that's basically it. So I think you should vote for my film because it's simple, it's silly, and it's very different. That's it.
Quick question. First time I've seen this one.
Yeah.
My question for everybody is usually, what's your ending?
So throughout the film, I can just tell you the whole thing really quickly, but at the beginning we see a montage of Frankenstein. He has unhealthy habits, right? So he wakes up late, he eats a terrible breakfast, blah blah blah, and this sets the motivation for his limbs to separate from him. And so then he wakes up one day and all of his limbs are gone, and he freaks out. And then one by one he rediscovers them, and they kind of teach him a lesson to show him that he needs to take care of them if they want to stick together. So like he sees his torso preparing a nice breakfast, and it forces him to eat it even though he really doesn't want to, and that is sort of kind of how it goes for every body part. And then at the end, he's getting chased by this arm with a toothbrush. toothbrush because it really wants him to brush his teeth. And he's scared of it for most of the film, but as these events progress, he starts to realize that it doesn't want to hurt him like he thinks it does. It just wants to teach him a lesson. And so at the end, he kind of just like, it's like, I know what I must do, when he's cornered in a room, and he just like opens his mouth, and the toothbrush just, does its thing, and that's it.
Good, thank you. It's basically like looking after a toddler, I remember.
Yeah, totally.
Cool, thank you.
Actually, if you go home now.
Who's the next?
That's
it. Oh my goodness.
All right. Well. Well.
Voting again.
We're not streaming the voting, right?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you, folks at home, for watching the Fragmented Catch. Give it up for the last couple of years. Up for you guys. And thank you for watching, and we'll tell you where we are when it's all done. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing, commenting, liking.